Once again, it's time to play Yankton's favorite game, Kaye O'Neill Connection Trivia. Today's contestant owns a business in the historic downtown Yankton Business District. Who could that be? Let's go see. We're at Ben's Brewing Company with Ben Hanten, the owner. So, you know, on your website it says that you're a brewery, a tap room, and a speakeasy.
Yeah.
So we must be in the speakeasy part.
Yeah, well, there's a different bar on each floor, or a different theme. I wish we had more floors so I could just keep adding. But yeah, we're on the second floor if you're on the street level, and so this is the speakeasy.
So what I know about, you know, the speakeasies is it originated like in the 1920s.
Yeah, Prohibition era.
With Prohibition. So here's your first trivia question. What is another name for a speakeasy or a small nightclub?
Well, a speakeasy from that era?
Well, it wasn't. They called it that back then.
Oh man. I mean, so it's like a flapper joint or a tavern.
Actually, it's a blind pig or a blind tiger.
Oh, I've never heard of that.
And it's inspired by like a hidden spot. It's a hidden spot to get to
Same
drink.
idea. Yeah, I like that. We might be able to integrate that in some of our drink names.
Okay, question number 2. This is a bar question.
Okay.
Wild Bill Hickok was shot to death in Deadwood, South
Sure.
Dakota. Everybody knows that. August 2nd, 1876. What was the name of the bar he was killed in?
Saloon number 10.
Oh, right.
Which is not the saloon number 10 you go to out there now, because they've actually bought the rights to that. They moved it to a different location. The original location is not the saloon number 10 you go into today.
So is saloon number 10 still in Deadwood?
It is, but it was basically a different location, bought the rights to it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool. So everyone knows Jack McCall was hung like a couple blocks to the east of here.
Yep.
And rumor is, or, you know, when you look it up, he was buried like 2 miles north of Yankton, which I don't know.
So I'll tell you that when I was working at South Dakota Magazine, which is the reason I moved to Yankton in the first place, we met up with a historian named Bob Hansen, one of the legendary historians around here, and he showed us the spot that McCall was buried, and it's in the Catholic cemetery. It's unmarked, and he said the reason they knew that was because Northwestern Public Service was running some new poles, and when they augured down, some boots came up, and they had to excavate and find where the grave was. So kind of a hidden location, because they didn't want it to be a tourist trap. They didn't want to glorify McCall, but I can take you there.
He can take you there. So I know from looking at your Facebook profile that you lived in Fort Collins, Colorado.
Oh yeah, I did.
And I assumed you went out there to learn how to brew?
I was too young. So I moved to Fort Collins when I was 19, and I moved there to start a newspaper. I had been working in publishing in Sioux Falls. I quit college, and I moved out there to start a paper. So I was too young to get into the brewing business. My knowledge of that came all during the legal years.
So I know that because I'm familiar with Fort Collins because Kaye's daughter lives out there. So, but there's so many breweries out there.
You know, even when I was there and you're just trying to like go grab a bite to eat, you have choices between Coopersmiths and all these breweries that were just downtown, not to mention the big boys like New Belgium and Odell, and you know, you had Budweiser just about 5 miles out of town too. So yeah, definitely. And since I moved away, probably 3 dozen more breweries have popped up.
So here's kind of a brewery question because it has to do with Fort Collins.
Yeah.
So what is the name of the cafe? We're looking for a name of a cafe located in Old Town, Fort Collins, known specifically for its cinnamon rolls.
And it's been there for that long?
It's been there. Yeah, it was been there. It's been there for ages.
Okay.
And it says that's what they're known for is their cinnamon.
Man, so I moved out of Fort Collins in 2002.
This thing was like back in the 30s, and it's been remodeled and redone and expanded in Old Town.
In Old Town. Well, I'm going to just throw a name out because it comes to mind, but there was a place I like to eat at a lot called The Vault. Probably not The Vault.
It's not the Vault. It was the Silver Grill Cafe.
Oh, so yeah, that was always there. Sure. Yeah.
So you've been there?
Yeah.
And you've had a cinnamon roll?
Probably not. No, I didn't know they were famous for that.
Yeah, I guess. Well, that's what it says. Anyway, have you been to Snooze? We ate at Snooze out there.
No, it doesn't come to mind. I ate a lot at the sushi restaurants. So there were like 6 or 7 sushi restaurants. The thing about Fort Collins that's cool is it's like the most restaurants per capita in the nation outside of San Francisco. So a town the size of Sioux Falls, but with way more food options, which is really neat.
So, hey, thanks, Ben.
It's fun.
Thanks
I failed. I got 1 out of 3, but I had fun doing it.
And I want to present you with your very own K. O'Neill Connection coffee
I like
cup.
that. I do like coffee.
So, the next morning after you're in the bar, you can,
It does happen, absolutely. Or, you can pour something in this and nobody
you can
can
use
see.
it for whatever. That's right.